with anything in life, I don't care whether it's learning how to ride a bicycle, learning how to beat a video game, learning how to be a proficient musician, learning how to be the GOAT of football or basketball or any type of profession, it takes time. What's up, ladies and gents in Cyberland? Coming back to you with another real estate educational video. So this one is just about the fact that we as people believe too much of what we see in television. We believe that everybody who's walking around in the nicest shit, the fanciest car, the fanciest house, the fanciest clothes, we believe that they just got it. We don't feel that they had to build to get to that point. We believe that if they can get it right when they want to, we should be able to get it right when we want to, and that's not reality. And unfortunately, when you have that expectation, you're going to be severely disappointed. And unfortunately, when people do that and they're disappointed, some just give up whatever they were trying to do. They just say, screw it, this isn't working, I'm going to do something else. Not realizing that it takes time with anything you're interested in. If you want to be the best or if you want to get better, it takes time. Some people are naturally gifted, but they're not naturally gifted at every damn thing. Some people are naturally gifted at a sport, or some people are naturally gifted at being a mathematician, or somebody being somebody who engineer. Some, or a tennis player. Some people are naturally gifted, but that doesn't mean you don't have any gifts, or that doesn't mean you're not naturally gifted. It just means you're not naturally gifted in that avenue, but there's something that you can do very well, and you can build upon it. And what people have to understand is that it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Nothing happens overnight. It doesn't happen in a year. It sometimes doesn't happen in 5 years. Sometimes it takes 10, 15 years. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. And you can either accept that and work towards what you're trying to do, or you can have a hissy fit and say, screw it, and start from the drawing board again. But guess what? Anything that you sought out to do, it's going to be a struggle, and it's going to take time to get to where you want to be. That's just the way it is. I have decided to be more mindful about what I do with my time and what I do with my finances. And as I've continued to progress with that, I have realized that it takes time. Now, this isn't something I just recently thought the last couple months. It's just something that I've continued to work on throughout the years. And it's not just that. It's with my relationship with my boys. I have to understand that they're not at the place that I'm at mentally. I have to not be so frustrated with them. I have to understand that they're going to make mistakes, because that's what kids do best. That's what we're all good at as children. And that it's going to take time for them to build up skills that I want them to have, and to be self-reliant and to be better than me. I can't do that with them in the span of 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. It's going to take years to get them to where I want them to be and need them to be, so that not only are they successful, but they're better than me. I don't want my kids to be less than me. I don't want them to be me. I want them to be better than me. And that is my ultimate goal that I continue to work on with them. But I am less inclined, maybe 5 years ago, 3 years ago, I'd have been frustrated and feeling some type of way. And as I continue to get older, I'm realizing that it takes time with that. It's going to take time to mold them and craft them in the way that I need them to be successful. And then also understand that at a certain point, once they reach that adulthood, they're not always going to do what I want them to do. They're not always going to do everything I expect them to do. However, as a parent, I always say too with that, if your kids don't want to do what you're asking them to do, that's fine. But make sure you cover your own fucking tab when you decide to do the things you want to do. Because I think, on a side note, I think that's where some parents drop the ball. They want to let their kids be whatever and stuff, but then their kids are still in their pocket. I say, if you don't want to do the things I'm telling you that's going to help you be successful and be independent and be able to stand on your own 2 feet, that's fine. But then go find somewhere that somebody's going to allow you to be in their pocket and do the things you want to do. Because if you want to be an adult and you want to be able to do the things you want to do, it comes with a price, and that price is you got to pay your own tab. Can't be living off of somebody else and then feeling you still get to do what you want to do. Doesn't work. And that's the side note with that. But I tell them when they get frustrated with things, like my youngest he doesn't like typing too much. But I tell, because he feels he's not getting faster, I said, but it takes time. You're not going to type as fast as me. I got 30 plus years on you when it comes to typing. And I started in 3rd grade. You're in 3rd grade. It takes time. My oldest is feeling some type of way at times when he practices. But he has to understand you got to practice, you got to stick with it, and it takes time. And it's not just with those things, it's with your academics. Same thing. And that's also for those watching this with your finances. You didn't get your debt. You didn't create debt in a day. Some of you did. But most of us, when we have debt, it took a while. It took maybe a couple months, a couple years to accumulate all that debt and making bad decisions. So it's going to take some time to get out of it. Same thing with your weight gain or your loss of weight, or you don't gain it in a day. Some people can gain a couple pounds in a day, but realistically, it takes a while to gain it. It's going to take sometimes that amount of time, if not double, to lose it. So those are things you have to keep in mind. It takes time to sometimes resolve a situation that may have been out of your control, or it was in your control, but it's going to take time to get to the next step. So with that being said, I will catch you guys on the next one. Take care.